Hello everyone, I'm Sara, and this is my story. The story centers around my mother-in-law, Suzanne, who has been cut off from both me and my husband, Mason. She's also estranged from my father-in-law, Cody, due to her own actions. Let me tell you how it all happened. Buckle up, because this is a tale of serious karma. Mason and I have been together since high school. We were the quintessential high school sweethearts who made it to the finish line. Yes, Mason and I were deeply in love. My family adored him and welcomed him as one of their own. However, I hadn't met his family before our engagement. When I brought it up, Mason would say, "Why do you want to meet them, Sara? I already told you, my mom is not a great person." Despite Mason's warnings, I insisted on meeting his family. I believed that no matter what, they were his family, and I wanted to try to have a good relationship with them. Cody and I met accidentally at an event, and he was charming and friendly, so I couldn't imagine Suzanne being that bad. How wrong I was. I finally met Suzanne after Mason proposed. Naturally, I said yes because he is the love of my life. At that time, he had a well-paying job, and I was running a successful knitwear business. Everyone said I was talented, and Mason was very supportive. With everything going well, we decided to get engaged and settle down. When I knew I would finally meet his family, Mason was anxious, and I soon understood why. Cody and Suzanne invited me to dinner at their house. The perfect opportunity to meet them in person. From the moment I arrived, Suzanne's judgmental gaze made me uneasy. The real tension began when we started discussing careers. I mentioned, "I'm running a knitwear business. I learned the craft from my grandmother, and here's some of my work." Cody praised my work, saying, "That's some great work, Sara. I had no idea you were so talented." Mason added, "She's good at this, isn't she? I keep encouraging her to expand her business." Suzanne, however, scoffed. "Well, she should be unsure. This is far from impressive. Knitwear is so old-fashioned. Who even wears this crap? She's wasting her time on stupid hobbies. I can get these for $2 at Goodwill. You don't have to brag about her." Cody intervened. "Suzanne, stop being childish. It's embarrassing. You have no right to humiliate Sara. She is our guest and our future daughter-in-law." "Oh please, Cody. She's the one with the embarrassing hobby. Who knits sweaters nowadays? I'm only speaking the truth." "At least she's good at something, Suzanne. There's no need to put her down. You're being unfair. Someone needs to tell her the truth. Listen here, Sara. Let me tell you something. No one is going to buy this. You're deluding yourself if you think otherwise. You need to look for better jobs." "Mom, stop being so mean to her. What she does is none of your business. Leave her work alone." "I'm just looking out for you, son. The way you and your father are drooling over her work, she may get the wrong idea about her skill. It's practically useless. I hope she understands that." That's Suzanne for you, folks. This woman is vile and extremely toxic. It was clear to everyone that she was jealous, though I couldn't fathom why. I had gone to the dinner hoping to make a good impression on both Suzanne and Cody. While Cody took a liking to me instantly, Suzanne was hostile and mean. When we got home, Mason said, "Sara, please don't mind my mother's words. She's always like that. This is exactly why I didn't want to introduce you to her." "It's okay, Mason. Maybe she just feels a little uncomfortable with me. Did I do something wrong today? She seems to dislike me a lot." "Babe, she's like that. She didn't like how Dad and I gushed over your business. She hates when someone compliments others. She's super jealous. That's one reason why we're not very close. I guess she sees you as competition now. But she doesn't have to worry about me. I hope she will understand eventually. I'll try my best to show her that I'm not competition." Well, that was super naive of me. Suzanne never changed. Despite my best efforts to reassure her, it only seemed to infuriate her more. She absolutely hated me and didn't want to be around me at all. However, since Cody liked me and I was Mason's fiancé, she had to tolerate me. Things never got better, even after Mason and I got married. In fact, she often went out of her way to insult me. Thankfully, Mason and Cody shut her down pretty quickly. By then, I was done being nice to her. I pretty much ignored her until one day, when I got a call while working on a commission at home. When I checked the number, I saw it was Suzanne. I was actually pretty surprised. Given the bad blood between us, I never thought she would want to talk to me. I picked up the phone and she said, "Hello, Sara. I hope I'm not disturbing you. Actually, I have an order for you. You know my birthday is coming up." "Yes, I know, Suzanne. Cody called to invite Mason and me to the party. What do you need help with? Well, I was thinking if you could make me a nice sweater. It's getting cold outside, and a light sweater would be a nice addition to my wardrobe. Sure, Suzanne. I would love to make you a sweater. You know what? It can be your birthday present. Do you have a specific design in mind? Yes, actually, I do. I'll send you a picture. It's a bit complicated, though, and I was thinking about the color lavender. I've been wanting a lavender sweater for a while. I love that color. Are you sure you can put in the effort? Don't worry, Suzanne. It won't be a problem. Besides, we have plenty of time. I'll be happy to do it for my family. Great then, I'll send you the picture. Make sure it's ready for my birthday. I want to show it off to everyone. After hanging up, Susan sent me the picture. I was excited to start the work, even though I knew it was a difficult pattern. I wanted to please her and repair our bond, so I agreed to do it. When Mason got home, I told him everything. You know, Susan called me today. She said she wants me to make her a sweater. I think she's starting to come around. Seriously? Mom asked you to make her one? Yeah, she wants to wear it for her birthday next month. She does want a complicated design, but I can finish it in 3 weeks. 3 weeks? That's a lot of work, babe. My mom hasn't been nice to you. Are you sure you still want to do it? You can say no. I know, Mason. Frankly, I think it's a bit odd too, but I'm willing to give it a chance. Even if she doesn't like it, I can take it back and sell it. Keeping this in mind, I started working on the sweater. It turned out to be a difficult task due to the complicated patterns. I never showed Mason the final product because I wanted the birthday girl to see it first. I guess that was one of the many mistakes I made. Mason and I arrived early at Susan's birthday party. It was a grand event organized on the lawn of their home. Several family members and friends attended, and everyone was truly enjoying themselves. I handed Suzanne the gift and said, "Happy birthday, Suzanne. Here is your gift. Why don't you open it and see if you like it?" "Thanks, Sara. I'll open it when everyone arrives. I want everyone to see what you got me. I bet they'll be jealous." "Sure, if that's what you want. I can't wait to see you wear it." Back then, I had no idea why she was stalling with my gift. She opened all the other presents but kept mine for the end. When everyone had arrived, she finally turned to the group and said, "I see that all of you are here. As you know, Sara here likes to do some knitting in her spare time. I don't know if she's good at it, but we will see in a while. Let me just open her gift and find out." "Show us what you got. I'm sure it will be beautiful," someone chimed in. Susan opened the gift and saw the sweater. Everyone started murmuring praises, and I felt very happy. However, Cody and Mason looked a little confused. "Sara, why did you give Mom a lavender sweater? She hates the color," Cody said. "Wait, what? I'm confused. Does she hate lavender?" "That can't be true," I replied. "Yes, she really does hate that color. Don't worry, it was an oversight. The sweater is super pretty though. I see you put in a lot of work," Cody reassured. "Yeah, she actually spent 3 weeks making it. I saw her struggle a lot but wanted to make it perfect," Mason added. "Well, this piece is trash. First of all, everyone knows I hate the color. She shouldn't have used it. Besides, I don't even like knitted wear." "Don't worry, I know exactly what I need to do with it," Susan said. Suddenly, Susan took the sweater and tore it apart. I was in shock, and so was the whole table. Honestly, it felt like someone had stabbed me in the chest. 3 weeks of hard work just went down the drain. My work was ruined, and my heart broke. I could feel tears in my eyes. Susan looked satisfied with her work and smirked at me, saying, My, will you look at that?" I thought the color was horrible. Turns out the quality is equally bad. Good thing I tore it before someone saw me with this ugly sweater. Now I don't have to wear this hideous lavender thing. Why the hell would you do that? How can you be so heartless? I spent 3 weeks perfecting the design. Do you know how complicated this design was? How could you just tear it apart? I cried out. Like I said, I didn't like the color. It looks disgusting. I'm not an old lady who wears lavender. You should have thought about that before giving me that monstrous thing, Suzanne replied. Mom, you could have just returned the sweater. Why did you have to destroy it? That was horrible, Mason said, visibly upset. That would be dramatic, son. The sweater was clearly of cheap quality since it tore easily. I did myself a favor by getting rid of it. Your wife should have known better than to give me this atrocity. Suzanne retorted. I know the color is not your favorite, but you could have told her that, Suzanne. There was no reason for you to destroy the sweater, Cody added. I don't care if she didn't know I hated the color. She deserves this, period, Susan said coldly. Hearing those words made me absolutely furious. I couldn't believe the audacity of Susan. I understood that she planned to humiliate me all along. She made me work on the sweater so she could embarrass and laugh at me, but no one else was amused. Everyone looked horrified. Even Cody stared at the destroyed sweater in disbelief. That's when I knew it was time for revenge. I wiped my tears and took out my phone. Then I said, you have some nerve criticizing and destroying my hard work. I can't believe your audacity. You're telling everyone that you hate the color, but you are the one who told me to make a sweater in lavender. What? What are you talking about? I would never say that. I hate the color, Susan snapped back. That's not what you told me in your call. You're lying to everyone. I never said that. You're making things up now. You have no proof that I told you to use lavender, Suzanne insisted. I actually recorded the call to have a clear idea of what you wanted. Looks like I hit the jackpot with it. Here, let me play it for you. I took out my phone and played the recording. It clearly showed that Susan had played me dirty. When everyone heard it, they knew Susan had planned the entire thing. Susan turned pale and looked down at her hands. Mason and Cody looked ready to explode. When I stopped the recording, Mason said, Mom, what the hell? Why would you do that? You always told us you hated lavender. Even after this, why did you tell Sara to use that color? Obviously because she wanted to humiliate me today. Why else would she do this, Mason? I interjected. No, that's not true. There's been some misunderstanding. This witch here is setting me up. I hate lavender. I would never ask her to make something like this, Susan stammered. Mom, stop it. Everyone heard the recording. Why are you still lying? Is this because you're jealous of Sara? Mason demanded. Why would I be jealous of her? She's a worthless girl. She deserved to have her nasty work destroyed. Susan snapped. That's enough. How can you still lie to everyone and call Sara a witch? And you want to see people get what they deserve. Let's get started then, Cody said sternly. What do you mean, Cody? What are you going to do? Suzanne asked, her voice trembling. I'm going to divorce you. Enough is enough. I've dealt with your jealousy and destructive personality for years. I literally begged you to stop and get therapy, but you never listened to me. Today you crossed the line. I'm done with you. No, Cody. Please, how can you say that to me? I'm your wife. You can't frighten me like that, Suzanne pleaded. I am not threatening you, Suzanne. I am serious about this. You won't be my wife for long. Now get out of this place before I say something stupid. Susan tried to argue, but no one would listen to her. Actually, everyone at the party started to berate her. Even her friends turned against her. It seemed she did have some good friends, but it also seemed they wouldn't associate with her anymore. Susan was crying and wailing at the top of her lungs. After some time, Cody gave her a stern warning and told her to go to her room. When she left, Cody apologized to me. I'm so sorry, Sara. You got humiliated in my house. I shouldn't have let it happen. Please forgive me. No, Cody, please don't apologize. It's not your fault at all. This is all Suzanne's doing. I am at fault, Sara. I should have dragged her to therapy or divorced her sooner. I kept enabling her, thinking she would change. Looks like it will never happen. This time, I won't forgive her. Honestly speaking, I felt bad for both Mason and Cody. Mason already didn't have a good relationship with his mom, and this event made it even worse. He told Cody that he wouldn't be in contact with Susan again. The people at the party supported both Mason and Cody. They even complimented my work and told me I had talent. I surprisingly got some new orders from them. Overall, the event went well for me. When we returned home, Mason reiterated that he would never let Suzanne come near us again. He also apologized to me because his mother had messed up big time. We talked about the issue and decided it would be best if we never kept in contact with Susan again. Cody followed through on his promise of divorce. Within a week, he had the papers ready. Because of a pre-existing prenup, Susan was going to get nothing from Cody. She threw a fit and even called Mason for help. She got so unhinged that Cody came to stay with us. Later, Susan actually showed up at our house and demanded to be let in. When we refused, she kept shouting at all three of us. How dare you choose Sara over me? I'm your family and you easily picked an outsider. I'm your wife, Cody. You can't do this to me. Mom, you need to leave. We don't want you on our property. Dad doesn't want to speak to you, Mason said. He has to speak to me, and so will you. I will never let you two walk away from me. Your witch wife won't take you away from me. I will make sure she disappears forever. I won't let her steal my family. Suzanne, you need to leave our property now. We don't feel safe around you, especially now that you're threatening me, I said firmly. Suzanne absolutely lost it and started kicking our door. She even managed to break a window with a pot from our garden. Things got so bad that we called the police. Immediately, she was arrested and taken to the station. All three of us then filed for trespassing and harassment. We even got restraining orders against her. It has been almost a year since the incident happened. Let me just tell you, she is not my mother-in-law anymore. We were able to get emergency restraining orders against her. The neighbors saw everything, and our security cameras recorded the whole event. She was charged with trespassing and had to pay us for the destruction of property. Cody was also able to get divorced from her fairly recently. She has not contacted us due to the restraining order. Cody is still living with us, and we don't mind it at all. All of us needed to heal, and staying together helped a lot. Currently, Mason and I are expecting a child. We're happy, and so is Cody. He does have his bad days, but the excitement of having a grandchild is making him better. My business took off even more after I got numerous orders from the party. The recommendations brought in more orders. I have to say, Suzanne did me a favor. She removed herself from my life and boosted my business at the same time.